Welcome to The Life. I'm Andy Cohen. On today's episode, you will see excerpts from a film by Lorna Jordan, BFS theater teacher and director, that explores the challenges and rewards of the creative process, and also to provide some context for the difficult and sensitive material that will be performed in this season's production of Cabaret.
In the world, especially right now, it doesn't feel like a safe space for a lot of people because a lot of people are feeling like targeted, or a lot of people are being targeted, and it's kind of going back to what this show is about, which is like people turning against other people and like kind of remembering that like we're all the same, like especially right now in the world, like it's important to have a safe space like this show where we can talk about difficult things without like being judged or being persecuted, I guess.
Parts involving anti-Semitism, right? Mm-hmm. I know it's a necessary part of the show, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy to, talk about it and to actually perform it. But I know it's a process and it's going to work out.
Ladies and gentlemen, is it a crime to fall in love? Can we ever know where the heart truly leads us? All we are asking is for ambition verstaatnis, a little understanding. Why can't the world leben lassen? Live and let's live.
I'm not really religious, but my family is very religious, and like we always like celebrate Seder together and like do. They're coming to the show, and I'm nervous that they're gonna feel like we didn't show like the message right, I guess, and like show that like the struggle that like the Jewish people went through, and like I want to be able to show that.
There's also an impact to the fact that we are young people doing this. Like it kind of gives us some sort of like credibility of the fact like finally like adults, you don't have to take care of us for a second because we already took on the material and we're cool with it. So now we can help you understand it. And it's like, I guess that's one of the benefits of doing it for 2 months, because like we know our characters so well, and we're able to handle this play with so much care because we've been doing it for so long that now if people are feeling uncomfortable, we'll be able to like comfort them much more because we're settled. And that's like what adults do for us every single day. Like our parents, they've prepared years just raising us. And so the fact that now we can say, okay, here's a moment where you really don't have to worry about me, you don't have to worry about us, we are okay, let's help you. That's something really impactful. But,
I'm also kind of excited to be talking to you guys because cat's out of the bag. I went to BFS.
She talks about how the Nazis are everywhere, like, and how they're like her friends and her neighbors. So how they're like kind of hidden in plain sight.
Okay, yeah, you want to build on that?
As like we can't ignore them. She's saying like that you can't ignore the Nazis anymore. Like it's gonna happen. Like they're gonna take over. You can't ignore them.
Okay, but if we can't ignore them anymore, what have we been doing to this point?
Ignoring them.
We've been ignoring, right? It seems like, to Fraulein Schneider, that these Nazis have come out of nowhere, right? That for a long time, there were no Nazis, and then there were Nazis. Yeah? And one of the things that we're going to find, this might be kind of where the Cabaret differs from historical reality a little bit, is that the Nazis are very present. People know who they are, okay? They are very, even though they're a minority, they're a fringe group, right? We often find that extreme voices shout the loudest. So we know exactly who these folks are, right? And there's a reason why folks in the cabaret are kind of ignorant of what's going on. And that's because they choose to.
So what? For the sun will rise and the moon will set, and you learn how to settle for what you
Germany emerges from the war a defeated and embittered nation, okay? For a lot of Germans, the humiliation that they feel kind of fuels a lot of pro-Nazi sentiment, okay? So down here, next a bunch of times, before, yeah. So some of you, right, might find that you legitimately support the Nazi regime, right? Some of you might find that you might agree with some social values and ideas that the Nazis hold, but maybe the right don't really like them.
It almost seems like as if they're trying to project this image of women are supposed to be conservative and like only care for the children and I don't know, be like kind of the caretaker. And then on this side you see this very masculine, like outward.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, I was going to add on to what Justin is saying. It's kind of like enforcing gender roles because the guy is carrying the torch, which like he's like the one that's going to like advance society while women are just there to produce the men.
Not necessarily that you're going to start goose-stepping and doing the Hitler salute down the street, right? But you might not be so quick to go against a regime that's promoting values that you might agree with. Is there any androgyny here?
No.
Is there any question about what gender these people are supposed to be?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm going to take a stretch.
Go ahead.
We're going to use art history knowledge.
Oh my
It
God.
kind of looks like Madonna and Child, if you know what that is. With the sun in the background, almost looking like a halo and like representing Mary and Jesus. Right?
Give him a hand.
And German tried to take that and kind of manipulate it into this, in a way, kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like political art, but like used to like propaganda. New service.
Thank you, students. Thank you, Lorna. And if you would like to see Lorna's entire film, you can just go to the description of this video and click on the link. So everyone, let's remember to let your theater speak and break a leg.